guys, very good evening to all of you guys. Let me know quickly if you can hear me and see the screen as well so that we can start with this session, right? Just quickly let me know in the chat. So make sure you're also, asking your friends to join this because this is going to be a very important session. I'll be in a very quick, 25, 30 minutes talking about, what things that you need to concentrate upon and what are the things that you need to focus in the last minute, right? So guys, can you quickly tell me when is your exam date for TCS? When is it scheduled so that, I can take the session accordingly? Meenakshi, I'll definitely talk about that. Don't worry. You have the exam on 29th, right? 28, 26, 25, okay, 28. All right. So, guys, because your exam is super soon, so I'll not be wasting much time here. So, quickly, first things first, make sure you're part of all our social media handles because we keep on posting a lot of important updates here. And yes, top 3 comments in this video to get free subscription of Prep Insta Prime. So, make sure you keep commenting on this particular video once it is available on YouTube, right? Now, so guys, in this session, what are we going to be, discussing? So, the first thing that we'll discuss here is cutoff and weightage of different sections, which topics to focus now, because see, the team has been assessing the entire questions. We have also created cheat sheets for you, so we know, right, which topics are been currently focused for by TCS and which are the most important topics for you guys, right? So we'll definitely look into that as well for every section, right? For logical, advanced logical, or quants, advanced quants, verbal, everything, right? We will see that in detail, right? And then guys, meanwhile guys, for those who are still not a prime member, make sure you are going and subscribe to Prep Insta Prime because currently we are running offers for you guys. You can find the link in the description of the video. So these are the prices, but you can also get some extra 10% discount. The coupon code would be there in the description of this particular video. So guys, let's not waste much time over here, right? I believe you have shared the link to your friends as well, right? It's always fun that you have your friends working in the same company, right? You can chill along your work as well, right? So yeah, this is the pattern. I believe everyone knows about this. So guys, when I talk about trades, in a few tests they are asking trades, in a few they are not. So that depends, right? That is a conditional thing, and 50% would get the trades wala test and 50% won't. Trades is pretty simple, guys. I'll say it is nothing but your captcha, right? You in certain websites, when you log in, it asks you, right, to select the images of all the buses or all the bridges or all the dustbins in the dustbin, right? So that they're actually assessing if you're a bot or a human, right? It's that kind of a test. So you can just not worry about this. Right, talking about the next section, so numerical ability, you have 20 questions, verbal ability, you have 25 questions, and reasoning ability, you have 20 questions. So the entire section, these 3 topics, right, the entire section time is 75 minutes. Now, there are a few things that you need to concentrate on. As soon as you start your test, let's say you have a trace or you might not have trace, then the next section would be numerical ability. Now, once you start with numerical ability, you cannot skip the questions, you cannot skip between sections. You'll start with question number 1, answer it 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's how you move on. Once you have completed numerical ability, you'll move on to verbal ability, and then once you complete question in a serial order, that is when you reach to the third section, that is reasoning ability, right? And let's say even if you complete your test in 40 minutes, this particular section, that does not mean that your advanced quantitative ability test will start. No, even if you complete the test in 40 minutes, you have to wait for the next 35 minutes and then only your next section would start. So that means do not hurry up, give your proper time to each and every question. You have to divide it, right? So you have 20, I'll say 40, 50, 60, 65 questions in 75 minutes. So I'll say roughly you have 1 minute for each and every question. So plan your time accordingly. And then again, when you come to advanced quant ability, you have 10 questions, and then reasoning ability, you have 10 questions. Again, you get a shared 35 minutes time, but even if you finish it early, you still have to wait. So make sure you are giving your 100%, solving the questions properly, or rather than being in a hustle of completing things early. No, don't do that. And then you have the advanced coding section, right? So let me quickly help the guys who are already prime users. So guys, if you have your prime subscription, see, for your quants, what you need to do is you need to prepare from this particular section. I believe I've already started doing that. logical, verbal, and then a bit of data interpretation and visual reasoning from here, because they are asking visual reasoning and data interpretation as well. Once that is done, for coding, guys, see, as we talk about this every time, never go for Python on TCS, because the compiler that TCS provides for Python have bugs. There would be a lot of issues when you code in Python in TCS. So make sure you're commanding in any of C, C++, and Java, right? And then talking about coding, you can start with basic coding course from here and intermediate coding. This would, help you with your first question. But the second question, guys, I'll say the basics of competitive coding is needed for the second question, coding question, because that is going to be a little tough, because the coding section is a little tough in TCS this time, right? And then for mechanical civil students, they can definitely start with basic coding. I believe they've already done it, because we have been asking to do it for the last 30, 35, 40 days. And then data structures is again important, because the second coding question might be based out of your coding, data structures. Just give me a minute, guys. Okay, so yeah, data structures. And then if you are a mechanical civil students and if you don't have much command and in the last minute, you can surely go and check out the data structures for service-based companies from here. And once you have done that, all you need to do is go to TCS NQT section and TCS digital section from here and start practicing more question, right? That's it. And that's how you'd be able to make it to TCS, right? All right. So guys, now, okay, so these are a few screenshots that I have for you guys. Chandu, no, you cannot go back to the question and change. Once submitted, it's final. Okay. So guys, this is how the interface would look. The calculator here, right? So initially they used to give the scientific calculator, but this year they are not giving the scientific calculator. As you can see in the image here, you'll only just get the numericals and the plus minus and the basic calculator. This part won't be there. The numerical calculation, I mean the scientific calculations part won't be there. This is a snapshot that I have from your trade section. So this is not readable here, so I'll read it out for you, whatever text is written here. So it's like, select any 10 images and submit within 10 seconds. That is your job. You have to select any 10 images from this particular. So you have 40, 50 images here. You have to just quickly select 10 out of this and submit. In some cases, it would be like, click on all the buses you can see in the image and submit. It's that easy, right? So trades is basically, you can ignore it. Right now, talking about your, approx cutoff overall. So guys, you need to have at least 75 percentile for Ninja and 90 percentile in your written round for your digital call. Right now, 70% in each section you must solve at least 70% of the question. Because see, again, there is subjective cutoff as well, sectional cutoff as well. It does not mean that you have scored good in advanced, let's say aptitude and advanced aptitude, but you didn't score well in your verbal, or let's say you didn't score well in your logical or not in coding. So that won't help. You have to score equally good in all of them. And then skills and certification and digital skills are very, very important for your interviews, like AIML, cybersecurity, ethical hacking, right? Skills like those are very, very important for you to crack the interview, because everyone would crack, right? For all those who would crack the written round, how would the interviewer differentiate between you and a guy having skills? Definitely he'll prefer the one who's having more number of skills, right? And yes, the competition this year is, guys, really, really high, because the number of hiring that TCS will do would be lesser and the competition is a little high. I don't want to say all this to you in the last minute, but this is important and you must know. If you still have 3-4 days, things can still be done, guys. So make sure you're giving your 100% now and crack your TCS Prep Insta team is there to help you out with anything that is needed, right? So now let's quickly get into your numerical ability and the advanced quantitative ability section, right? So as you can see here, let's first talk about the left section from here. So guys, these are the topics that were expected, but the ones in the green, right? The topics highlighted in the greens are the most important ones as of now, because most of the questions are coming from that particular section, and the rest are also important, but not very important. As per the data we have, as per the sheets that we have created and the analysis that we have done on all these slots till day. So I think today is day 6. We have done an analysis on all the 4-5 days previously, and this is what we have seen. So percentages is very important for numerical ability. I'm not talking about advanced quantitative aptitude. We'll talk about that later. So percentages is very important. Area and mensuration is again very important, because they're asking 1 to 2 question on area or volume of geometrical figures and things like that. Number system again has become very important this year. Data interpretation, guys, they're asking a lot of questions from DI. SICI is again important. They're asking things like simple and compound interest, difference between simple and compound interest. So a lot of tricks are required there because the calculations are a little tricky. The questions are easy, but the number of iterations are higher. So if you don't know shortcuts, make sure you are watching a few videos on Prime and clearing them out. Simplification, profit and loss. And for guys, for those who have exam tomorrow, or let's say day after tomorrow, in the last minute I'll talk about that as well. But here I'm talking about guys who have 2-3 days, still 3-4 days. In that case, they still have chance to go and check out the videos, because the course is, I'll say, 30 hours long. And if you just choose the important sections from you definitely should take a screenshot of this. So if you try to complete the important sections, I'll say the verbal, the logical and quants can roughly be done in 20-25 hours as well. 20 hours, fine. So that means if you study for 8 hours for 2 days, that can be done, considering that you already know coding. Talking about advanced quantitative aptitude, so time and work, they're asking a lot of questions from there. Area mensuration, yes, again they're asking one question from there, but yes, in advanced there will be one question. Equations, yeah, there will be a lot of questions from equation in your advanced quantitative aptitude. So guys, this is from our analysis for the last few sections. Could be a little more or less in the coming days. They could change that, but yeah, this is our analysis on what they have been asking for the past 5-6 days. Ratio proportion, yes, there are questions from ratio proportion. PNC probability, guys, they're not asking any question in numerical ability, the basic section, but in advanced aptitude, you can expect one question either from PNC or probability, right? And that too, the numerical types wherein you have to write the answer, not the optional type of question. And so guys, I believe you have taken a screenshot of this. So these are the most important ones. There definitely would be questions from the other sections as well, because this is the entire syllabus for TCS. But these are the most important ones. So if you are like the true engineer and if you have not started preparing yet, in that case, I'll suggest you go in the order of, basically you start with the greens one, and then if you have bandwidth, you give some time to the black ones as well, right? Okay, so now let me also quickly show you. So for quants, for the last minute preparation, guys, the very important thing is if you think you have time 2-3 days and you can do it, I'm sorry, you can start with quantitative aptitude from here, right? Once done with this, what you need to do is to practice previous questions on TCS. You can go to this particular section. You can go to the company specific section from here, TCS NQT. You can open this section and you can find, the previous year questions and everything from here. And then again, for those who are not Prime subscribers, how can they prepare? For them, guys, they can definitely go to this particular section from here. On Prep Insta, right? The other one was on Prep Insta Prime. On Prep Insta, we have a few free content for you as well over here. So you can go to TCS, right? You can also search TCS placement papers, or you can Google it, and this would be the page that would be coming on top. So you can click onto this, and you can go to the numerical ability section from here. And let's say you are preparing for equations, so you can click onto equations from here, right? And see, the one quiz that we have here is free for everyone, and the rest are paid, and these are only for the paid subscribers or the Prime members only. But yeah, this few 10 questions would also be really helpful for you again, right? And so the questions are also very important. Practicing from here would help you also understand how much time are you taking, because we have analytics here. You see, right, as soon as you started the question, the timer has started, and you also get your explanation here and everything, because time is a game here, right? You have 1 minute approximately for each and every question. So that is how you should prepare for this. And then again, if you have very less time, guys, very less time, let's say you have your exam tomorrow, in that case, this is the TCS NQT cheat sheet is what we call it. The link is there in the description of the video. The team would also share it in the chat, right? So what you can do is, so these are all the previous questions that TCS has asked in the past 3-4 days. So day 4 we don't have it because the team was on leave, but day 1, day 2, day 3 and day 5 it's there, and day 6 is also there. Day 6 slot 1, and the team is currently working on day 6 slot 2 as well, so that would be available soon. So you have the questions that were actually asked in TCS in the last 5 days, the actual questions here, so you can definitely go and check out from here, right? Okay, so now let's quickly move on to the verbal ability section, guys. Do not consider this to be an easy one. This is, I'll say, the most difficult sections because the questions are tricky here. These are all the sections, and guys, everything is equally divided. I can't say anything is least important or more important, but you can prepare for verbal ability from this particular section. I mean, so if you have to prepare, these are the topics, and if you need to prepare for the same, you can go to the verbal section from here to practice more questions. You can go to TCS NQT, and inside this you can find previous question. And similarly, on Prep Insta, what you can do is you can again go to prepare all platforms TCS. In the similar way, you can find the rest of the questions as well, right? All right. And then, guys, talking about reasoning ability, again, so I've again highlighted all the important topics. You can definitely take a screenshot. So coding decoding is important, guys. In coding decoding, there is a thing called letter analogy. We have taken care of that in our prep and subprime courses. Letter analogy is a different sort of coding decoding. So they are concentrating more upon letter analogy in coding decoding than cuts, cubes, and folds, right? So how many folds and everything. So visual reasoning, that is again important. Blood relations important. Arrangements, visual reasoning overall is important. Venn diagrams, again, they're asking a few questions on Venn diagrams. Data sufficiency is again very, very important. And when I talk about statement and assumption, statement and conclusion, statement and course of action, statement and arguments, this is equally divided. You can get 3 to 4 questions. Let's say there could be 3 questions from assumption. Sometimes there are 3, 4 questions from conclusion. So that is varied. And when we talk about the advanced reasoning ability section, again, coding, decoding, letter analogy is important. Blood relations are important. Syllogism, you'd find questions from syllogism, data sufficiency, statement and assumptions, statement and conclusion. So these are the most important ones which they have asked in the previous 5 days in TCS, right? Okay. So guys, again, to prepare for logical, again, the same process, right? On Prep Insta Prime, you can go to logical section from here, click on to logical, right? And then again, you can find more questions over here. And if you don't have Prep Insta Prime subscription, in that case, what you can do is you can go to this free section, which is available here. Just give me a moment, guys. Okay. So you can go to prepare, right? I'll also ask my team to share the link in the description. So prepare TCS placement papers, and then you have your reasoning ability over here, right? You can choose, let's say you're preparing for blood relations, you can click on to blood relations from here, and you can start your preparation, right? So guys, this is where we have done our discussion on aptitude, verbal, and reasoning. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can definitely drop down them in the chat, right? I would be more than happy to help you out. And guys, meanwhile, you can, if you are still not a prime subscriber, and if you have 3, 4, 5 days for your exam, I'll definitely suggest you to go for that, because you can definitely still prepare for TCS from Prep Insta Prime, because we have bifurcated the entire sections, and you don't have to go and search or things on internet. You have everything at one single place on Prep Insta Prime. So that would help you, save a lot of time. The link and the coupon code can be found in the description of the video. Yes, that's true, guys. So a few of the questions in TCS were incorrect. So in some cases, if you think your questions are, you are definitely correct, and you're not getting a right option, that could be a case, because we had seen like there were a few questions which were wrong, or the options were wrong in TCS. That's true, right? Meanwhile, guys, this is very important thing for those who do not have much time left for the exam. So this is the day-wise analysis. So this does not only contain the aptitude or logical or verbal questions. Even the coding questions are here. Everything is here, right? All the questions from coding, logical, verbal, aptitude, all the questions are included in this particular section. And guys, for those who think, why should I buy Prime now, because I just have 3, 4, 5 days left? Again, the return round is not the only thing, guys. Once you are going for the interview, they won't hire you in the interview if you don't have digital skills, especially for the digital profile. The uh, uh, skills are very, very important. And again, for NQT profile, guys, definitely you need to be smart enough, right? See, you are, let's say there are 2 persons, right? Both of you cleared the written round, but one of them is having more number of skills, you are not having more number of skills. Whom would the interviewer hire? Obviously the one with skills like AI, ML, cybersecurity, ethical hacking, cloud computing, everything is there, right? Not only that, guys, apart from that, you can also have use, this particular cool projects from here, and can use them to showcase them in your interview as well, in the TCS interview, and that would definitely impress the interviewer, because the projects are really, really cool. Again, after that, guys, resume is important, would help you with that as well. There are interview experiences video for TCS already been uploaded on Prime. Puzzles would be there, HR preparation. So yeah, not only for the written round, Prep Insta Prime would also be helping you with the interview. So that does not mean that it's a waste of money, because a lot of you are saying, sir, we don't have much time to buy Prep Insta Prime now because our exam is in 3, 4, 5 days. Guys, TCS should not be your only option, right? Even after that, you would be using it. So you can use it for 3, 4 days for TCS, but later on you can also use it to, maybe try for different companies, for even higher paying companies, right? All right. So, cause on Prep Insta Prime, guys, under one single subscription, what you get is skills, all the skills with certifications as well, one from Prep Insta and one from TCS. So we also give you TCS Ion Remote Internship Certificate. So this is one certificate, guys, which you can get in within 10 to 15 days. You just need a week's time to get this certificate done by TCS, and this would really really help you when you are there in TCS interview, because if you have a certificate on a skill given to you by TCS, definitely your chances of getting into TCS are high. That does not mean that if you have a certificate you get placed, no, but if you have certificate and you also know about this skill, they'll definitely hire you. I'm really sorry. Again, skills, all the languages, those are needed. Popular coding is there, right, including data structures in all the languages, and basic, intermediate and competitive coding, which would help you to clear or crack the higher paying jobs as well. Everything from aptitude tracks for different companies, right? Company specific courses, so more than 50 plus companies are here, right? So even not TCS, you can try for other companies as well. Interview preparation, platform specific trainings, right? Projects, computer science, pseudo codes, and interview plus, right? So everything under one single subscription. So okay, let's move on to our next section now, coding. So guys, again, as in coding, there are two questions. The first one, right? So how to crack the first question, guys? This time the coding had been a little tough section. I'm really sorry to say, but yes. So now when I talk about top 100, so the first question from here. So the first coding question can actually be tackled using this. Just go here, Google top 100 codes, right? You can Google top 100 codes. This is the page that would open up for you here, right? So guys, when I say, see, I'll say in the last few years of TCS, even the first question would have helped you. Even the first sections of, let's say, getting started or working with numbers, this would have helped you. But this time the paper is a little tough, and this time you can expect questions from, let's say, operation on strings or advanced code related to arrays, right? Code related to metrics, pattern printing, and this could be the questions that you can expect in the first question of coding. And again, do not think that if you've done one question you're through for TCS, guys. I'll say you must attempt both the question, and that is only when you'll be able to crack for digital. And for NQT, I'll say if you get one code correct and one if you do partially, or you have you partially coded, that means it gives you a fair enough chance to maybe get an interview call. But if you have plans of getting digital call, you need to answer both the questions. And even for NQT, guys, the competition is high. And if there are people who are already clearing both the questions, that means you also have to do it, right? So you can definitely prepare for top 100 from top 100 codes from here. And for those who have Prep Insta Prime subscription, guys, especially those who are a little weak in coding, they can start with basic coding from here, and a bit of interview coding, intermediate coding would help. Now talking about the second question, guys, the second question, for that you need data structures and you need competitive coding, the basic of it, right? So data structures, we have data structures here in all the languages, so make sure you are going for data structure. If you are a mechanical civil student and not much strong into coding and you still want to try for TCS, definitely go for the data structure for service based companies. This course and your basic coding would be helpful for you, right? And try to get a little bit into competitive coding as well, right? So I'll also show you the course from here, right? So in competitive coding, there are a few sections which are really really important, right? So let's say recursion, analysis of algorithm, back dynamic programming. Yes, it is important if you're planning for your digital role, but for the basic questions, you can the recursion could be one thing that is important. Analysis of algorithm is one thing that is important for the second question, right? Again, guys, for those who are not on Prep Insta Prime or not a Prep Insta Prime subscriber, what you can do is you can Google TCS coding question from here. TCS coding questions, and this would be the first link, right? The Prep Insta's first link. You can open it from here. So this is important for your first question. You can go here. Apart from the top 100 codes, there are other few questions which were asked previously. Again, the link that I showed you, right? That again, the cheat sheet again contains the question asked in this particular 4 or 5 days. But yeah, again, on this particular page, you can find a few more questions which were asked in TCS in the previous year. Again, there is another video here on TCS NQT advanced coding question. You can definitely go and check that out. Apart from that, guys, for the second question, what you can do is TCS advanced coding question. You can Google this, and this is the next page which will open up. This would help you in the second question for TCS. You can go and check this page out from here for sure. Right? All right. So, guys, apart from this, make sure you're part of all our social media handles. You're commenting on this video. And again, yes, guys, for those who have already maybe given your exam and those who are here for their interview preparation, let me help you with that as well. So, guys, for interviews, the most important thing for you is to get certifications. Certificates are very important, acquire skills. So, how Prep Insta Prime would help you with the same is, okay, let me close a few tabs. Okay. So here on Prep Insta Prime, guys, as you can see, we have all skills that are already been mentioned over here: AIML, cybersecurity, ethical hacking. So these are a few digital skills and cool skills which TCS would definitely prefer. And then along with the skills, we also give you certificate, one from TCS and one from Prep Insta. And this TCS Ion remote internship certificate would definitely help you, in cracking the interview, because they would definitely give you higher preference because you have a certificate from TCS, right? Again, apart from this, guys, now if you have any questions or anything, definitely you can post it down in the chat. Meanwhile, this is again very, very, very important, guys, for those who are preparing just in the last minute, those who have exams tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Make sure you are going through this particular page. The link is there in the description of the video. Okay, so for those who are asking me for discounts on Prep Insta Prime, let me quickly show you the prices. Okay, guys, so these are the prices currently: 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 18, 24, and 48 months. You can use coupon code YouTube to get extra discounts. The link and the coupon code can be found in the description of the video. So, guys, do you have any questions for us? So, no, there's no negative marking, guys. All the rounds are mandatory, guys, for everyone. Ayush Srivastava, if you're giving the exam from home and your connection goes away, if it's your fault, you're not getting another chance. If it is a fault from TCS and let's say their server crashes, in that case you'll get a second chance. But anything goes wrong at your end, maybe your internet or your system or anything, that's your fault. I also remember saying in the registration video that as much as possible, make sure you are going in center for the exam. I don't want you to make you nervous, but yes, that is again important that you you take care of your internet, your system, check everything properly, right, and take care of the setup and everything very, very well. Okay, so guys, I believe that's all we have from this particular section. Make sure, though, for guys who joined a little late, make sure you are going and checking the video from the start, because you might have missed out on a lot of important things. Because what we did in this particular video was we talked about the pattern, we talked about the cutoffs, we also talked about the important topics from each and every section, right? Okay, so make sure if you joined late, make sure you watch the video from the start. And yes, all the links for the social media handles can be found in the description of the video, because in the last minute we keep on posting a lot of important things on our Instagram handles. So make sure you're going and checking that out. And yes, top 3 comments on this video to get free subscription to Prep Insta Prime. Apart from this, so this is the handle I was talking about, guys. We have been talking a lot about placements and we have been posting a lot of important information, and not only TCS, for a lot of other companies as well. And yes, last but not the least, guys, if you have any questions and anything that in which I can help you in the last minute to prepare for TCS, you can definitely reach out to me on my Instagram. So this is my handle. The link can be found again in the description of the video. I would be more than happy to help you guys out with any of your queries in the last minute, guys, as much as possible. Okay, thank you so much, guys, for watching the video. Make sure you are giving your 100% at the end moment, and yes, all the best, right? I hope you clear your exam, right? And if there's anything, definitely you can reach out to us on our social media handles. If you think talking to a mentor would help you in the last minute, you can also reach out to us. So you can call us on the number which the team would share in the chat. Mansi, can you share the contact number in the chat? It's 844 844 0710, right? So the number can be found in the chat. So you can definitely reach out. You can call on this number, and our mentor would be more than happy to help you out, right? So okay, thank you so much, guys, for watching. All the best for your exam, right?